Hey guys, Dave. I am back in my office. Something in the last live I was talking about. Hey, have you set a goal? Right? Do you have a goal for this week? We find that most people don't, and we find that just setting goals starts expanding our mindset, our mind. And when you start expanding your mind to include a larger result, you'll find that you start acting on it very, very easily. Okay, so let me share with you, let's talk about a weekly or a monthly goal, okay? And this could be for somebody brand new. It could be you've been here a while and you don't have the traction you want right now. But let's talk about this, okay? And I'll share a short story that Joy and I experienced in our last company where we actually doubled our volume in 1 week. We went from 3,000 volume to 6,000. We did it in in 7 days. Okay, and there was just this tiny little tweak that made it happen. So let's say this is your goal. You're brand new or you're just hitting the reset button. Absolutely cool. Here's the goal. Let's say this week or this month, you want to get 1,200 volume, right? That's DC, dollars of commission. So this is going to be a month. Okay? So that's what you want to make, okay? Now, for some of you, that's a huge number. You've never been close to it, and some of you may be going, having a tough time swallow, right? Let's just break it down. Just break it down. So, 1,200 volume, if we have 4 weeks to do it in, right, that is 300 volume per week. Now, some of you have not done that before. That's fine, okay? All your new goals, by the way, you're going to hit things that you've never done before. So start getting used to not ever doing it before, okay? If you want to break new ground, it's always stuff you've never done before, okay? So let's say it's 300 volume a week, right? If you do that at the end of the month, you've got the next 4 weeks, you've got 1,200 volume, right? Which is almost halfway to, well, it used to be palladium, now they're calling it gold, right? You may have seen that. We have no more titanium. Titanium is now bronze. We go bronze, silver, gold, just like the Olympics, right? Bronze, silver, gold. So that's almost halfway to gold, right? Which is 3,000 volume and a lifestyle bonus. Kind of cool. You can actually get there. Some people do it 1 month. What if it takes 2 or 3, right? I want to expand your thinking, okay? So how do we start going to this? So let me tell you the story, and then you can kind of see how it breaks down. So in our last company, Joy and I were stuck at a level where we had 3,000 volume every week, okay? And that took us, we were about into our 3rd month. And so we go really fast. We find it easier just to share with a lot of people because that gets the momentum going. I talked about that. But we found ourselves stuck at 3,000. And the next level was at 6,000. And I couldn't see it. And if you don't see it in here, you'll never, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand, right? I couldn't see it in here, so there's no way I could hold it in my hand. I couldn't grab it. So we got up the morning, the beginning of our commission week, and Joy said, let's hit 6,000 this week. And my brain's head's about to explode. I'm like, how in the world do you do that? She said, Dave, it's only, 10 people buying the largest pack, or 15, whatever the number was. And the more I thought about it and just began considering it, I then started thinking of ways to do it. Okay? Long story short, just by opening our minds to different ways to hit this new goal, doubling your volume in a week, 3,000 to 6,000 was a lot, or it seemed like that. But once we made this shift, we actually hit 6,000 volume in that next week. Okay, so we doubled, and that's when our income went to about $5,000 a month with that other company. So that was huge. So same thing here. So I want you just to consider 1,200 volume. Again, if you're brand new, 1,200 volume in the next 30 or 28 days, doable. That's only 300 volume a week. So how many different ways are there to get, right? So between now and next Tuesday night, your goal is 300 volume. Now, if you had people just by trim, right? And that's 30 volume, you would need 10 people. That's doable. You may need to call 30, 40, maybe 50, right? We're getting about a third who buy. So if we handed out 30 samples, we probably would have 10 people signed up because we follow up and the way we tell you guys how to do it, okay? Or To get 300 volume, you could sell one builder pack, right? That's 200. One alpha pack, that's 100. There's a 300, right? And how many people? 2. Cool. As a matter of fact, you could hit 1,200 just on, for the whole month, just on builder packs, couldn't you? So if you just did 6 builder packs over the next 28 days, that's 1,200 volume, isn't it? How much did you make? Well, if the builder pack bonus, you get $72, right? And let's say you sold 6 of them, so that's 2 times 6 is 12, carry the 1, so you got 40, that's $432. That's pretty cool, right? So, next 30 days, make an extra $400. Right now, real quick, how would you spend it? Would it be on yourself? Would it be on your family? Would it be on your, what would you do? Some people would put it back in and buy another builder box, right? So they can go faster, and then next month maybe hit 1,800, because they got people helping you. So you could easily get to gold in 2 months, right? But start breaking it down. See, when we started looking at what our options were and what we had to offer and where the volume is, we didn't need that many people to get to that, okay? Now, what happened is because we were running at it, because we had a goal, and when you set a goal, it starts opening your mind, and you start thinking about things in a different way, and you start thinking not, can I do it? You start thinking, how can I do it? And when you shift from, I don't know if I can, to how could I, just having that question, put it at the top of a pad of paper, what would it take, write this down, what would it take for me to hit 300 volume by Tuesday night? What are the different ways it would take to hit that? If you don't have anybody below you, you're going to need to share. If you got people below you, you still need to share, and maybe you need a total of 10 to add 1,200 more or 300 more to your volume this week. Total of 10 between you and your 1 or 2 people you under, or 10 people under you. Everybody brings in 1. Okay? So start setting simple goals. And they're going to feel like if going for gold, which is the old palladium, if that seems too mind-blowing, back it down to your next step. Because believe me, once you get here, go as far as you can see, and when you get there, you'll be able to see further. Okay? So take a couple steps at a time. So there's different ways to hit 300 a week. Okay? There's different ways. 10 people just on trim, or, right, you could sell the, what's the transformation pack, 65? You only need to sell, what is that, 5 of those? You can sell 5 transformation packs. Those are great products. People are losing weight, they're feeling good, they're 65 volume each, right? So you could do 5 transformation packs. Or is that 6? Yeah, let's say 6. So 6 times 60 is 360. Well, that's more, you only need 5. Sorry, 5 transformation packs. Cool. You can get a couple and they buy 1 each, right? There's 2 of them. So start considering the different ways to do this. Break it down, expand it, make it big enough that it makes you go, oh, how do I do that? I need to figure out something new, but not so big that it blows you out, okay? So, next 30 days, can you guys do 1,200 more? Even if you're brand new, can you do 1,200 in the next 30 days? If you really wanted to, and with our help, could you do 1,200? Could only be 2 people a week buying builder boxes, right? Actually, if you did that for the whole 4 weeks, you'd have 1,600 volume, right? Which is past halfway to gold. How cool is that? So you could hit gold and start getting the lifestyle bonus in the next 30 days. That would be fun. So just start considering it. That's what we did when we went from 3,000 volume to 6,000 volume in 1 week, was we just began considering that you can actually hit that. And then we started thinking, if this is true, how would we do it? And when you shift into thinking, how can we do it, you'll start seeing the ways. If you're questioning that you can do it, you'll never see the ways. So start, just consider, just put it on like you would a coat or a jacket, and just kind of see how it feels for a few minutes. And for some, it's going to feel a little scary. Every new goal feels a little scary for me. But you start thinking about, okay, if I can do that, and you can, how much would it take a week? So where do I want to be on Tuesday night? I want to be at 300 volume by Tuesday night. How many different ways? Well, the quickest, business packs. right? Next quickest, alpha packs. Slowest, trim packs. It's going to end up being a combination of them, but why don't you just go for this? You'll have some at this, and you'll have some at this, and you'll hit your goal, right? So just begin to consider it. And the more you consider it and start asking, how could I do it? The ways to start showing up. And it looks like you're lucky sometimes, but you're not. You had a vision of where you're heading. Without vision, people perish. Well, the opposite of that is true. With vision, people thrive. They thrive. So start considering it. What if? What if you can hit that? And if it's just $300 a month, or take your goal and divide it by 4 for the next 30 days, and then play every week at that goal. At the end of the week, if you don't hit this, forgive yourself. The world didn't crash. The sun's coming up tomorrow morning. Boom. If you exceed it, congratulations. New week, hit the reset button. Let's start it again. If you do that for a couple months in a row, you're going to be making an extra $800,000, $1,500 here, guys. That's how simple it is. That's what I got for you. Joy says she's got some breakfast ready. I got to go. Have a fabulous rest of your day, guys. You absolutely deserve it. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.